How many times I've made a video saying, oh my god, Faraday Future is done, they're just going bankrupt any day now. And then how many times I made a video saying, oh my god, they're saved, they are perfectly fine, they're gonna kick butt, right? Well, this is one of those videos because, they were really dying right now. But believe it or not, someone is actually willing to put almost $1 billion into them. At this point, I think it's crazy. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you which company is actually doing this and what I think is going to happen with FF91 anyway. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, welcome to your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. All right, let's talk about Faraday Future again. Now, they have not been doing very well. And it's my belief, and I think a lot of people's belief is just it's their CEO. The guy's out of control. It looks like he just doesn't get along. He doesn't spend money well. He doesn't get along with investors and partners and so forth. As you know, he's kind of on a blacklist in China. That's why he lives here in the United States. Because he just ran so much debt there, and once again, when the company was kind of saved by one of the Chinese investors, well, they used up all the money. I guess they didn't meet the benchmarks, and the company said, we're not giving you any more money, and they wanted like $700 million. So the company said no more. Faraday Future went to court in Hong Kong, and because they wanted to see other investors, and the court actually ruled in their way. But a lot of their they had to slash the pay to a lot of their workers. A lot of their workers already left. One of their biggest founders left, and I guess now the last founding executive, his name is Doug Reckhorn, he left as well. And this is a second wave of talent and founders that kind of left the company. I think there's just nothing left at this point. That's why no matter how much money someone's going to pour into it, it's going to help. But there is a company that's actually going to do it, and it is called, oh, I should probably figure out my graphics before I go on the air and practice, right? All right, let me drag it up here. There you go. It's called EVA.io. And its CEO announced it, Patrick DePotter, he announced it that they are in talks to invest $900 million into Faraday Future. Again, I don't know why. I don't know if they, I could understand why they would take over and let go the Faraday Future CEO, pretty much the troublemaker, but there's no signs of that. And the way they did it, he made it put it in a post on LinkedIn, saying that they're in talks to put that kind of money into the company. Now, I'm a little bit confused because the Hong Kong court that essentially ruled that Faraday Future can start looking for another investor, I believe capped it at $500 million anyway. So how is this $900 million investment is going to work? I'm not very clear. Now, there's one of the publications out there, I'm sorry, I forgot, but someone's reporting that when they reached out to Faraday Future, they completely denied it. So, I mean, there's just always so much drama around this, and there's never good information. And but let's just assume that, I mean, just the fact that this company isn't considering it, it's pretty crazy, I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Now, let me tell you what I think is going to happen moving forward, okay? Before that, let me just remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by the Climate Exchange. They are a nonprofit organization, and they're running a pretty cool raffle. They're raffling off 3 brand new Teslas by the end of the year, and they limit their tickets that you can buy only at 4,000. So 3 Teslas, 4,000 tickets. Pretty good odds. If you want to participate, there is the link in the description of this video. You can buy the tickets. They are $250, but I believe you have to be in the United States to buy them. So good luck to you. And even if you don't win, you'll be doing a good deed because you'll be contributing to a nonprofit organization's cause of moving all of us towards a low carbon economy. So thank you to Climate Exchange. All right, back to Faraday Future, and let's talk about the actual car and what's going to happen. Now, as you know, last week I read a piece here where I basically said that Faraday Future FF91 is dead. Not the company. Obviously, company can be bought or whatever. The IP could be bought. But this car will never see the light of day. And I believe that right now. So here's why. Let's say these guys invest 900 million, over 3 years. Um, let's say they even do the right thing and let this guy go, the CEO, right? Because the talent is gone, because the founders, which are very important, are gone, because the trust in this company by, they owe a lot of money to the suppliers at this point. You probably know that. And who's going to do business with them? And then what about us? What about us, the potential customers? Do we really want to invest into, or buy a car of a company that consistently is on a brink of bankruptcy and is always having some sort of trouble? Investors are running away. I just don't see people, paying $140,000 for a car that's a product of such a turbulent company. However, I don't think it's going to happen. I think if they invest, I think there will be a lot of restructuring, the replanning, and so forth. I think they will be way late to the market. Even if they do go to the market with this car, then it will need to be updated. Maybe the price would need to come down so they're a little bit more marketable. What I'm hoping for, and I really hate to root against the company that's essentially bringing an electric car to the market. I do believe because it's being run by what it looks like a crook. What I really think is, and I hope what happens is they file for chapter, whatever, chapter 11 bankruptcy or whatever chapters you got to file. And then somebody buys their IP, somebody who can give it more a fair shot, whether it's Ford, maybe it's another startup, whatever. However, they can get this away from his hands into the hands of somebody, who actually has enough, workforce, talent, money, and so forth, and actually bring, if not this particular car, but this technology to market. That's what I would like to happen. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you think we will ever see a FF91 on the road? In what form? Or do you think company is dead no matter what happens? Let me give a few shout outs to my Patreons. Usually this is for like new Patreons, but today I wanted to give some credit and some recognition to a couple of Patreons that just essentially upped their contribution to this channel. Joanne, thank you so much for upping your contribution and being a Patreon in the first place. And of course, Family First J. I just featured him as a featured Patreon in my video on Saturday. Very funny guy, really, really met him in person. So he's been on the show twice. Actually, so thank you so much for upping your contribution as well. If you guys want to contribute to the show, and essentially, I'm an independent full-time YouTuber now, I would really appreciate it. And of course, you get a bunch of perks like watching me live, so you're the first ones to see the show, the better access, obviously, and of course, I do the extra mile little piece that I only do specifically for Patreon. So thank you so much. If you want to watch me live on YouTube, I do that once a week now on Sunday, just having a subscriber hangout. I already scheduled the next one for this upcoming Sunday. All you have to do is just browse to the homepage of my channel. There you can click on like reminder button, and then join us this Sunday for another hangout. All right, guys, other than that, I will see you next time, and remember to stay charged.